Meteorologist Joe Bastardi, Saturday Shrubbery. You probably say, what is that? Well, this is Saturday Shrubbery. I don't have a Saturday Shrubbery meme. Like, for instance, Atmospheric Avenger gets a meme, and the Raging Weather Bull does. But I just thought Shrubbery, Summary. Hey, it's Saturday. What's the difference? All right, so here's Typhoon, Tropical Storm, whatever its name is out there, Mixed-Dew or something. I don't know. I probably should know the name, but I'm watching football. All right, so you gotta say, well, yeah, well, let's cut Joe a break. He doesn't know the name of it. But what's fascinating about this is it's open on the north side, as you can see, and it only becomes a Category 1 typhoon. I'm sitting there going, what is going on out there? Actually, I do believe I know what's going on. We're in phase 1 of the Mann-Julian Oscillation, and that part of the world doesn't like to see a lot of tropical activity. But anyway, here's the Joint Typhoon Warning Service. This is 40 knots here. It increases it to a Category 1 typhoon. Now, yesterday at this time, it had it as a Category 3 typhoon. And that was, you say, well, this time of the year, of course they'll intensify. Dodges Formosa to the east, or Taiwan. It's no Shanghai surprise, so, Shanghai's not going to get hit real hard with this. It's almost like a storm moving east of Norfolk. Okay, we get some wind and some rain. And besides, Shanghai has gone through a lot worse. The movie Shanghai Surprise with Madonna and Sean Penn, are you kidding me? I mean, believe me, a typhoon brushing by would be a lot easier to take than having to watch that movie. I had to go because I was dating someone that wanted me to go see that movie with them. And I was like, okay, I'll do this for art. Art's sake. The things I give up for art. And there's no pizza or no beer or anything. I just have to go. It's like being in a Fellini movie and you don't know what's going on, and you have to actually, pretend you like what's going on. All right, so here's this new tropical storm that's going to develop, and we said that, most of the Pacific is a lot weaker than what I thought was going to go on this year. But this particular situation here for the rest of the month in the Gulf, Western Caribbean, this part of the Pacific, is going to be a pain in the neck, because these systems come up and they get absorbed in the overall trough position. We're phase 1 of the Mann-Julian Oscillation. And you can see it just takes this up here and then blends it with the baroclinic zone that's going to be setting up in here as cold air tries to push, warm air tries to resist. You can see we're loading up down here, and I do think that we're going to have to watch what's going on in the Gulf and the Caribbean. Not for snow. Here's the snow way up here. But I put the wrong graphic on, so I have to ad-lib my way out of it. This is what happens when you're a professional, folks. You can do this. Remember, this is a Saturday Summary, and, I'm using Shrubbery. All right, so here is that's pretty cool, isn't it? Look at that recurving typhoon. Here we are with the conglomeration of precipitation over the Caribbean and the Gulf of Mexico, and maybe the idea that something tries to develop in the Northwest Caribbean, move to the Northeast. Now, a week ago today, if you were watching, I was worried about Karen. Karen's still out there, what's left of Karen. Actually, she's combined with Jerry. There's no plan for offspring yet. All right, it's supposed to just drift west-southwest and die. And of course, we have Lorenzo, which is recurving out there. All right, so Lorenzo became the strongest storm ever recorded east of 50 West, which is like saying I was the best wrestler at Penn State that grew up east of the Garden State Parkway and south of the Expressway. Means not much as far as impact goes. Okay, but it is a statistic that it is something that is being touted. And I sit there and go, okay, fine. You tout Lorenzo, how strong it is in the middle of nowhere. First of all, 50, 60 years ago, you may not have known about it because it didn't have, well, more like 70 years ago, you wouldn't have known about it. But secondly, what about the Pacific, which is having a near record low year? So, it's back and forth, ebb and flow, up and down, in and out. You say tomato, I say tomato. You say potato, I say potato. Here's a big deal for me. The Mann-Julian Oscillation. Of course, I know Monday morning you're all going to go into work and be talking about the Mann-Julian Oscillation. Listen, that's all I talk about. Unfortunately, I work by myself, so what I have to do is create different personalities and talk back and forth. And it's pretty amusing being me. Even when I'm alone, I'm never alone. Okay, so anyway, that's what happens when you have different personalities. Okay, so you get the Mann-Julian Oscillation. Oh, we have a break here. Hold on. Football score, Notre Dame 21, University of Virginia 17. Okay, just want to keep the audience updated, even though you might be watching this tomorrow or the next day. Man-Julian oscillation in October favors warm weather in the east. It also, there you can see the next 7 days, it's warm weather in the east. There's going to be a pretty darn good shot of cold air coming into the northeast and lakes, and the first frost of the season. I always like that. You know why? I don't know. It's just cool to see frost on the ground. I start fantasizing it might be snow someday. It's going to occur in the interior northeast, probably next weekend or early the following week. And of course, they're getting blasted out in the western part of the United States. Now, this is interesting. Phase 1 of the Man-Julian oscillation favors a lot of precipitation in areas where not much precipitation is supposed to occur. So that's something that's interesting. It also says that we watch out in the Gulf of Mexico, as you see here, and this blue is a negative correlation to tropical cyclone development in the Western Pacific. This brown here is a positive off Mexico, so that's working. If you ever wonder what brown can do for you, when it comes to MJO, it means it could be development. This is the 4th warmest September on record. Okay, here's another football score. Alabama 45, and the team they're playing 17. Ole Miss. Ole Miss. Ole Miss. Oh, it's Ole Miss. Okay. Here's a partial score, 15. Okay, we'll update that later. That's an old comedy routine, and I'm old, and I try to do comedy sometimes. Okay, so anyway, September's the 4th warmest on record. It was beaten by 2000 and... wait, hold on a second here. That's not it. 2016 was warmer than this year. 2003 was warmer than this year. And 2002, so it's 4th warmest on record. Now, this is interesting to me. Of course, with the kind of life I have and the fact that I'm addicted to the weather, anything is interesting to me. The southern hemisphere looks like about a wash as far as sea surface temperature goes. Definitely warmer than normal here. And I say, oh, look at that, the Arctic. Aha, the Arctic is cooler than normal. That may be because of melting. Now you say, what do you mean? Well, melting, the process of melting takes heat out of the atmosphere. The process of freezing puts heat into the atmosphere. So, anyway, a little bit. See, I do know. I did pay attention in class that day. This year we got down to, this is the all-time record low, 2012. We stopped over here, this blue line. This is the last 5 years, so you can see we're right where we were over the past 5-10 years in the sea ice extent at the crucial time of the year, which is the lowest part of the year. Because remember, this was supposed to be gone by now. We were supposed to have an open Arctic. Well, not everybody thought that, but I mean, there was a lot. What happens is someone puts out some big headline that grabs the attention, and then when everybody refutes it, including people that are on the same side as the person that put it out, no one pays attention. So in any case, for those of you who do pay attention, we still have sea ice up there. I would not advise trying to kayak across the Arctic. I mean, maybe if you get some kind of one of these sailboats that like they have out in Wisconsin, the lakes get frozen and they get these boats, ice boats. I don't know what they are. All right, you've had enough for today, and I hope you enjoy all the shrubbery you have, because pretty soon, if you live up in the north, the shrubbery won't be green anymore. Okay? Enjoy the weather. It's the only weather you got.